Happy Sunday, everyone. Thank you for joining. Welcome back to our weekly webinar. We changed the days to Sunday. For some reason, I feel like today is a little bit calmer, so my energy is going to be a little bit not as hype as the last week, but nevertheless, the value will be the same. And as the same as last week, I can't thank you enough for the time that you come here with us and help us to build this community and share value and support each other along the journey. So, as always, my job is to give you as much value for the time that you're spending with me. So I can actually see the chat today. All right, so we're gonna kick off. Let me try to minimize this. I'm still learning how to work this Zoom thing. All right, so we're gonna kick off the mentorship tonight. I'm gonna start off with straight value from the beginning, and this is mainly for the US community. I'm gonna show you a couple of strategies that I use to get to where I am right now. And so I'm going to share my screen for this. But before I share my screen, let me just go over this part so you kind of have a backstory if you're new. So can we go to the next slide, please? All right. So a few years ago, maybe 3 to 4 years ago, this was me at FedEx Express. I worked there for 15 years. As always, I give a shout out to FedEx because they helped me pay my bills during that time. But during that time, I was always thinking that I'm not happy. That wasn't the place for me. I felt like something was missing. I felt like I had a purpose. I felt like I needed to spend more time with my family. I felt like I needed to do the things that I wanted to do on a daily basis, and this wasn't it. So I planned. I took some courses. I took some notes. I built my mind properly, and I started to do some stuff that I'm gonna showcase to you all, to hopefully that'll help you change your life also and live the life that you want to live. Okay, so let's go to the next slide once again. Before maybe like a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, I was able to purchase this condo, renovated it. We're now trying to get it rented again. So this is just a video of what we were able to do with some friends. Just spent a couple, not that much money, just to do some renovations. As you can see, we're not going to spend too much time on this because this is not really that important. Next slide, please. I'm just giving you some background of what I was able to do so you can believe the stuff that I'm showing you is actually true. Next slide, please. I was also able to purchase this car that I'm currently trying to use once again for another stream of income, because the purpose is to always make sure that you buy assets and not liabilities. Everything that we do to change our life, one of the requirements is to think like a boss or think like an investor, which is everything that we buy, we purchase, it should be able to bring us something, whether it be tangible or intangible, right? Because this can bring you money, but it can also, most importantly, put you in the right room. And one of the main things that we want to do as business owners, and as we try to grow and scale, is to network. Okay, even if you don't have the money and you have a network of people, you can get things done. You can definitely get things done. So relationship building is very, very extremely important. All right. Next slide, please. All right, so this is Prime Tech Guyana. This is my brother's business. He started this maybe about 4 or 5 years ago. As you can see, this is where he started. We were working here last year, maybe like 8, 9 months ago, I think. And then we were able to transition into this place a few months later, using a lot of strategies that we've implemented to scale the business. So anything is possible, literally. Once you believe it, know it, and you claim it, it can get done. in a very short space of time. So you can see the transition from the before and after, from where we started to where we are now, 8-9 months later. It's amazing. By the end of this year, as I mentioned before, we're going to be one of the biggest businesses in Guyana for sure, and leading the pack when it comes to CCTV and networking, among other things. Okay, so watch out for us. Next slide, please. Right, so this is the before and the after. We have cameras in stock, of course. We have an amazing team, great customer service. I'm going to give a shout out to everybody on the team, of course, doing an amazing job. Cameras on display. Next slide, please. Not too much time on these. Here, so is the doorbell that we have in stock now. So you can actually see who's at your door, at your gate, whether you're at home or not. Amazing product. Next slide, please. 8 months, getting your own products. Amazing. 8 months, amazing. Once again, it's just that's just proof if you really believe in yourself and you do the things you need to do to get to the next level, you'll find a way to get it done. All right. Mindset is what we covered last week. That was very, very important. And we're going to continue this week of mindset. But before we do that, let me just show you my screen so I can give you some value. Until I talked enough about myself, not really my style, but let me show you these right here real quick for my US. Everyone can see this?
Yes, guys.
Okay, awesome. So here we're going to start off for my US community members, okay? I'm going to give to you 3 banks, financial institutions that you can go to get credit cards, personal loans, and I think the other one might have been auto loans. Okay, so as I said before, one of the strategies I used was to be able to get a car, to leverage that to get into certain rooms and also rent it out so I can make money also another way. Now, of course, in business, one of the main things you should know, you should never be using your money, or try to use as less of your money as possible and use the bank's money. All right. Of course, there's a credit system in almost every country. And once you understand the credit system, you can get very creative. All right. So let's start off with the 3 credit cards that is soft pull. So it won't be a hard pull. You can just apply it. You can see how much they might offer you, and then you can use that money for whatever idea that you have to grow your business or grow yourself. Even if you want to do a mentorship and you don't have the money, perfect example. You go get a credit card, you invest into yourself, because I'm pretty sure if you invest $2,000 into yourself, you're gonna at least 10x that in a very short space of time. That's what I've done, and that's what you can do also to change your life. All right. So this is a soft pull discovery credit card. You come in here, you put your information in, they'll let you know exactly how much you might be approved for. You take that money, you invest it into yourself or in your business. All right. I don't want to get into too much of a lengthy conversation with these because investing is another topic, but we'll get to that. Also, here is American Express. It's also a soft pull. So it's not a hard pull on your credit. You won't lose any points or any score. Your score won't go down. I'm sorry, you only get a hard pull when you actually accept whatever offer that they give you. All right. And American Express obviously is a really extremely good financial institution. All right. Once you get in the door with them, you can do a lot of things. Okay. Here's another one, Truist. Also amazing. I have Truist. I have American Express also. I never had Discovery. But both of these are very good financial institutions. They have all types of credit products. So once you get in the door with them, you start to build that relationship. They will reward you in time. Okay. Maintain your relationships with banks is very extremely important. Extremely important. Don't make the same mistakes I made. Okay. Maintain your relationships. All right. Now, so if you want a personal loan, all right, these are 3 financial institutions that you would go to also, and they will offer you a personal loan based on your credit, of course. I am not, before I continue, I should have said this in the beginning. I'm not a financial advisor, okay? This is for entertainment purposes only. please do your research. Even though I'm saying what I'm saying, do your own research, go find out for yourself. And I'm pretty sure you'll be very surprised with what you find out, okay? So Happy Money, really, really, really good. You go here, you apply. Once again, it's a soft pull on your credit report. So it's not a hard pull. It's not gonna lower your score until you actually accept the offer, all right? This one, not too many people know about, but once again, it doesn't hurt you to go apply and see how much money you might be able to get from these financial institutions. If you have a plan to use the money for good and to better yourself and to pay them back, all right? Very, very important. BHG is another one, soft pull on your credit report. Also very good with loans. Haven't heard too many bad things about them. Go check it out for yourself. Once again, you might be able to get a personal loan. Also, they fund you pretty quick. You can take that money once again and invest it into yourself or invest it into a business that you currently have. Because once again, the objective is to use other people's money and not use your own money, okay? Don't let the bank use you. You can also use the bank. All right, here is Lending Tree. Of course, most people might know this. They might not know it's a soft pull. You go on there, you enter your information. They'll give you a feedback to let you know what you might be approved for. Also, I haven't heard too many bad stories about Lending Tree. Go do your own research. Once again, it's a soft pull. It would not hurt you. But let me just show you a quick strategy once again. I'm not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. All right. So for example, let's say you wanted to purchase a car, right? Or you wanted to purchase a home. There's many places that you can go get a home for 75,000, 60,000, and do a little bit of work, and then that house is yours. Right? And then you can put somebody in that house to pay back the loan that you took out. If you can't get a real estate loan, right? FHA. Or even if you have a business that you need funds, right? You can actually go to a few of these, if not all of them. All right. And you can just accumulate the funds that you need to do whatever you need to do. So that strategy is more in detail. I would love to go over that in a different webinar. But I'm just showing you, just giving you an idea of how to think outside the box and get to creative to get to where you need to get to. Right? Of course, please go do your research, but that's just for you to open your mind to think about the possibilities of money is not the issue. Money is not the issue. Opportunity is not the issue. Our mind is the issue, right? We don't use it enough. We don't meditate on it enough. We don't get creative enough. And that's what sometimes holds us back, right? So never limit yourself and think you're not worthy or there's a lack of. Always think in abundance and always believe, know, and claim it. Know that it can get done. It's just a matter of you and getting creative and get into the place that you need to get to. You need to lock in. We need to lock in. All right. So another time we'll go more in details about these financial institutions where I go a little bit more in depth and I'll go a little bit more in depth so we can come up with different strategies of how you can get creative to get to an asset. So you can use that asset to bring you money. Okay. But let's get back to normal programming, right? Because it's not about finance tonight, but I wanted to give once again the US community something quick. All right, so let's get back to mindset, which I love to talk about because that's where it really starts. So last week we went over a couple of a list of mindset that is needed to change our lives, to do the things that we want to do, to spend the time with our family, to live with purpose and live with joy and happiness on a daily basis. And the perfect lead up to that would add some actionable steps. All right, so I hope everyone did their homework last week. We can't hold anyone accountable because we haven't talked about letting you guys come on and share your experiences if you want to. But I hope we hold ourselves accountable, even when somebody else doesn't hold us accountable, okay? So last week we talked about conquering your fears, right? Your failures are really your successes. Get comfortable with saying no. Plan, 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 right? And believe it, know it, claim it. All right, so this week we have some actionable steps. I would love to go back over these. Well, I think we might have to do a separate webinar for that for sure. Looking forward to that call. So the big shift, right? As I said, for me, everything starts personal. I think for you guys, it'll be the same because if you personally change your life in business, it'll be the same thing. You just taking over your personal life into business. It's very, very extremely important that we fix the personal side before we even get to business. This is something that I'm working on a daily basis. All right, so we have some actionable steps that we can take, that we can actually do to change our life on a daily basis, slowly but surely. Baby steps, all right? Baby steps, and you be proud of yourself. Very, very important, okay? So stop thinking like a worker, start thinking like a builder, okay? Very important. Stop thinking like a worker and start thinking like a builder. Get creative. It's very, very important that you get creative in your own time that you spend with yourself. You get creative. You get a pen and paper and you write it down. It doesn't matter how crazy it seems in your mind, write it down. Okay? So you do everything yourself right now. Terrible. I know the feeling. I go through that. I'm still going through that. You feel busy all the time, right? You can't grow because there's no time left. That's because we're not planning our day how we're supposed to plan our day, right? When you're a builder now, you make systems to save time. You let other people help you. It's okay to, it's okay for others to help you. We don't need to do it ourselves. I know sometimes it's a very lonely road, what we go through on a daily basis in our personal lives and in business, because a lot of times we can't share, or we don't feel like we can connect with someone, which is why we have this community, and we're going to continue to build this community. Because as we grow, sometimes we need, not sometimes, a lot of times, we need someone there. It could be a friend or a family or a business partner, it doesn't matter who it is, but sometimes we need someone there to hold us accountable, sometimes to help us up. We need that sometimes, right? So as a builder now, this is where we want to be. We want to make systems to save time, right? You want to let other people help you, help us. It's okay. Okay? You can grow your business bigger doing this. Bigger, faster, and more efficiently. I promise you. Bigger, faster, and more efficiently. When I got out of my head to think I can do everything myself, best decision I ever made in my life. When I started trusting people a little bit more to do certain things, great. Can't trust them, fully. Of course, you're doing business. You want to make sure that you're on top of your game, right? Even in your family, you want to make sure you're on top of your game with your family also, whatever it is that you're doing. Okay? Just because people help, it don't mean sometimes we take advantage of the help sometimes when we get it. That's not what we're doing. Okay? It just means that it's okay to let somebody help you and give you a hand sometime. Sometimes we need somebody to talk to when we had a hard day or a long day. Right? We need that sometimes. So sometimes we can let the ego go and let ourselves go and be vulnerable sometimes, right? Yeah. Very important. Okay, so why this works. If you're the only one doing all the work, your business can only be as big as you. True statement. Your business can only be as big as you because you're doing everything. We miss to solve it all. That's not the place to be. That is not the place to be. That is not the place to be. I love going fast, but I like going farther more than I like to go fast. Right? We can go fast by ourselves because there's nobody to think about, to contemplate, to correct us, to help us up, or whatever the case. It's just us by our lonesome self. We can go fast if we want to, and fast don't normally end too well. Right? But if we pace ourselves, we take it step by step and build the blocks and build a proper foundation and start from the bottom like we're doing right now with mindset. Then when we start going up the ladder, everything is easy breezy. Everything is easy breezy because we already got the mindset. You can't shake, you can't rattle, nothing. Because experience will tell you you've seen it, right? So we can't do it ourselves. We need help. We need help. We have to get help. You cannot do it by yourself. If you look through history, ain't nobody ever did it themselves. There's not one soul that ever did anything, even Jesus Christ. If whatever your belief is, nobody did it by themselves, right? But if you set up the systems and you let others help, and your business can keep growing, even when you take a break. And that's one of my philosophies. I read a book a very, very extremely long time ago, years ago. The very first book that put me in the mindset, like, yo, something right. I think it was called like this, the 7-hour work week, or the 7-hour, something in the sort. Ferris, the guy's name is Ferris something. I'll get that book. It's an amazing book. I didn't even finish the book. I just read some pages where he was like, yo, I'm laying on the beach. I'm chilling with my wife or whoever the case may be, and I'm making money. My money is making money for me. Yeah, that sparked something in my mind. Quick. If he could do it, why I can't do it? If he could do it, why I can't do it? Reading is great. So even when we leave, our business is it's gonna be smooth. That's why we need the systems. All right. 3 steps to start thinking like a builder. All right. See where your time goes. I have 2 books. I'm not consistent, but this one is to plan my day, and this one I just take notes. Right? I'm not consistent with it, but I know I'm supposed to do it. Once you know you're supposed to do something, it's like a bug. It's gonna be on you every day, all day until you start actually doing it. That's mindset. When you sit down, you think about yourself and you find out your strengths and your weaknesses, and you know when you're doing, you'll know when you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing, or you're supposed to be doing something and you procrastinating. You'll know, right? So it's very essential to, see where your time is going. 24 hours in a day. You sleep for 8, you work for 8, that's 16 already. Right? You got lunch, you're gonna walk around, you're gonna be in social media, another like 4. You ain't spend no time with your family yet. No, I'm speaking about myself because I lived it. Or in my case, sometimes you do 4 or 5, something you gotta grind through, Yeah. If we're gonna be doing all that type of stuff, let's do it for a reason and a purpose. Let's know where the ship is going, right? We gotta know where the ship is going. Let's not do it every day without planning and knowing where our time is going left, right, and center. But we just going like machines. That's not it. That's not it. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a paper, right? We're gonna write down what we do in a day or in a week, right? I would do day first. What am I doing every day? Like, how long am I doing it for? Right? Whatever it is, social media, whatever it is. So I can see where my time is going. If I can see where my time is going, I can know where I'm lacking. I can know where I got some time to put into getting to the next level. So next to each task, what we're gonna do is we're gonna mark off if this is making us money. We're gonna mark off if someone else can do it. And then we're gonna mark off if it really needs to get done at all. Waste time. I got a lot of waste time that I'm trying to clean up. I don't know about you, but I got a lot that I need to clean up. And if I clean up that waste time, I can be more efficient. I can get to my goals faster. I can serve more people. I can provide more value, right? I could have did more marketing than I did this week. I could have been posting the link on my WhatsApp every day this week instead of lollygagging or whatever I was doing, right? If I figure out what I'm doing with my time and I sit down and really meditate on like time, that's a whole different webinar by itself once again, right? But let's make baby steps. Take a pen and paper. You write down if it's making you money or not. Because at the end of the day, we're trying to change our life. So we need money. Very, very important that we need money. We prefer to use someone else's money, right? But regardless, we need money. So we need to see where we're placing these dollars that we're getting from the banks to invest in ourselves and invest into our businesses, right? Then we're going to figure out if we can put someone else to do it because we're around other people's too, right? And a lot of times we do a lot more than what we need to do. So sometimes we need to, once again, start saying no and let somebody else do something. Or even ask them, not even just having to say no. Maybe have a conversation, a healthy conversation, right? Then you're going to figure out if it needs to get done. If it's just waste time, then scratch it off. You know, every day that's waste time, every time it's going to be in your mind, hey, this is waste time. I need to stop it. If I'm trying to get to my happy place. Okay, 3 steps to start thinking like a builder once again. You're going to make easy systems, right? For me, this one is a little extra for me because I tend to look at a lot of things and too many things at once. So if you guys can lock in and you have a business or you're trying to get to a goal and you can lock in on one thing at a time, that'd be amazing. Right? So you would write down the steps, right? And don't skip steps if you don't have to. If you can, well, finish what you start. When you write down the steps, finish where you start. If you have to. If we have to. Because I'm speaking to myself also. Because I'm also I'm a small business owner also, right? So we're building and we're growing together. So I'm going to give you value with the things that I've learned so far. Right? So you don't have to make the same mistakes. Let me make the mistakes so I can save you guys some headache. Right? So pick one part of your business, write down the steps, write down the steps how to do it. This is called a system. We have some ideas here where you can write steps for helping a new client. You can make a list of answers for common questions, right? Because sometimes if you know your customer well enough and we're thinking about value, we kind of get an understanding of what are most of the problems that our customers or our clients normally have. And if we can put the systems in place to correct those, right, those issues, then we have more time to invest into something else that's maybe working that can double our profits, right? So once again, time comes into play. If we can get the systems in place, we can save a lot of time. And that's one of the main things that we need to do in order to grow our business. Save as much time as possible. Serve the clients, serve our clients to the fullest. They pay their hard money. Let's try to give them what they paid for, right? Because when we buy something, we want the same thing in return. Put the client first, right? So if you do social media, I'm terrible at social media, so I wouldn't even put this into my planning. But plan out your social media posts, okay? Plan out your content if you have to, or whatever softwares that you use, plan it out so you know exactly what you're doing so you can not waste time once again, and you can be more efficient. All right, next slide, please. All right, so get help. You don't have to do it yourself. Let someone else help you, okay? Just one task this week. So once again, just like last week, right? This is up to you to hold yourself accountable. If you want, I can hold you accountable because I can see who's in the room. I can definitely hold you accountable. You can hold me accountable also. Right? So this week, let control go. Give something to someone else. It's okay. Ask for help. Something else that you know you need help with, everybody needs help with something. Ask for help, have a conversation, a healthy conversation. Okay? Could be a family member, it could be a friend, it could be an employee, could even be one of the apps. You have a lot of softwares these days. Okay, so ask ChatGPT maybe for some help. That's fine. They'll give us something. But of course, never do everything what the AI tells you, right? It's very, very important to keep a human connection. All right? Very, very important. Don't take the easy route. Don't always use AI for every single thing. All right? Don't take the easy route. The hard work will pay off, I promise you. The failures will pay off, I promise you. All right? Okay, remember this. You're not just a worker, you're a business. You're the builder of your business. You're the head of your business. You're building, right? You and your team, you're building, but you're on top. When you think like a builder, your business can grow bigger. Okay? Bigger and better. Okay? If you think like a builder, your business will be bigger and better, I promise you. You have to know where the ship is going. You have to think big. Like when nobody else is thinking big and you're thinking the impossible, that's what you need to do. Right? You need to think like a builder to build this thing brick by brick. And don't be scared. Don't worry with the noise and whatever's going on in the background and all that stuff and what he's saying and she's saying and all that stuff. Don't worry with all that. Because a year from now, your future self will thank you. And then while everyone is yap, 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 they won't be yapping anymore. Right? And that's irrelevant because that's just noise. So that's not even something to pay attention to. Right? But what you want to do is build it brick by brick. Do not take shortcuts. I'm telling you, I've been there. I've done it. Don't take shortcuts. Build it brick by brick. Implement the systems that you need to implement. Get the frameworks that you need to get. Treat your customers and your clients like you actually care. It'll pay off in the long run. I promise you. Right now, even if you don't have a business, these are still the things that you want to start implementing in your life. You want to figure out where your time is going. You want to plan your day better on a daily basis, not even on a weekly basis. Of course, you're going to stretch it out long term, but make sure you get a daily schedule. You follow your schedule to the best you can. All right? You put the systems in place. If you have a family, you have a daughter, you have a son, you have a wife, you have a girlfriend, whatever your situation is, you figure out how your day is supposed to go or how you want your day to go, and you plan it out. And you get some help. Because the journey is a long journey. You're going to need some help. So whether it be personal or professional, someone you don't know or someone you do know, you network and you ask for help. Because when you're networking, it's really and truly someone else is saying, hey, I can help you. And you're saying, I can help you too. Me personally, that's how I think about networking. I never want to take something without giving anything. That's the mindset that you need. Mindset is extremely important. If you're trying to get from the 9 to 5 and you want to grow a business, you want to spend whatever time you want to spend doing the things that you want to do, or even if you want to stay at your job and you're trying to go to the next level, you want to be, regional director, you're trying to scale in your business, whatever the case be, you need to study. However you need to get there, you need to go to college, whatever the case may be, whatever you need to do. All comes back to mindset. Still need to plan. You still need the systems. Still come back to time. All that other stuff, finding money, finding products, finding clients, all that other stuff, doable. Apply yourself, you learn it. Pay into some mentorships, you learn it. Only you can help you with mindset though. Not a soul. Even though I'm talking and over and I'm talking to you and myself at the same time, only I can help myself with mindset. Even if I get the information, I still got to make the decision to do the things that I know I need to do, to make the shift that I need to make the shift. So you got to make that same decision. It all starts with mindset. No matter what we talk about. And that's why I said last week, and this week I'm going to say the same thing. Two of the most important calls is unfortunate as in the beginning of our webinar where a lot of people not going to see it, but it'll be uploaded so people can see it a year from now. But for right now, though, you're getting the thing you need. Of course, above that would be God, the creator. For me, I'm not speaking for you. Without the creator, I would not be here today. With all the struggles, as I mentioned, that I've been through by myself, that I didn't need to go through by myself, probably more than likely, but still has made me a good person, a better person, a stronger person, a more resilient person, a person that can believe it, know it, and claim it. I needed to go through that. And whatever else in the future. So be fearless. Know where your ship is going. Plan it. Write it down. Where is my time going? These are the things that I'm bad at that I need to get better at. Write them down. These are the things that I'm good at, that if I need to double up on it, all right, I can allocate that time that I'm wasting doing something else to that, to better myself or scale my business. Right? It's all mindset. And I said before, mindset for me will go on for a long time. Okay, say this to yourself. I release control, embrace my role, and watch my business reach its goal. All right? So I'm going to give a shout out to Leo, amazing team member. I have an amazing team with Calm Your Nerves and Prime Tech. A shout out to everybody on, our community, our businesses, our team. Amazing job on a daily basis. Okay, say it to yourself. I release control, embrace my role, play your role, play your position. Everybody needs to play their position. Even a leader or a boss got to play his position as a leader or as a boss. So whatever your position, your role is, you do that. You play that role, but you play that role to the best of your ability. All right, you get what I'm saying? You watch your business grow once you start implementing systems. Once we start implementing more systems, watch the business grow like clockwork. Whether it's a holiday or not, like clockwork. AI is not the enemy. That's the friend. Use it for what is good, right? You use that AI, you use it. That's what it's there for. Use it. But don't make it number one. Make it to do the job better, to serve the client better. Right? Whatever your role is, once again, you embrace that. But once we can create the systems, the business is gonna be rolling nonstop. A year from now, the business is gonna be rolling nonstop. Nonstop. A year from now, it probably wouldn't even be any live calls unless it's like a paid mentorship, which once again, we're not doing any paid mentorship. This is free. I'm giving free game. Things that I know you need for a fact, and if you do it right now, a year from now, your future self will thank you. When we implement the system a year from now, our future self, while we laid up on the beach with our family, having a nice dinner or traveling somewhere or whatever we're doing, serving somebody else or whatever we want to do. Yeah, it's gonna be like, yo, thank you. You put that work in last year, a couple months ago, to get to this point. Time waits for nobody. Time ticking every second. Every time just going. It's going. Every day we say today, tomorrow is going. All right. So embrace the systems. Take your time. Write these things down. All right. All right. Thank you guys. There we go. I'm gonna add one more thing real quick because I like to chat so much. Thank you, community, very much for coming. There's a lot that I want to share that I can't share because it is going to be too overwhelming. As I continue to say on a weekly basis, you continue to come. I promise you your life will change in a week with the value that I give you. But of course, it's ultimately to you to make the steps. I can't do that for nobody. I can't give you the mindset. I could only give you the information and the value. So thank you very much for coming here. Once again, every time is so big. We just talked about planning our time. For you to give me 40 minutes, 30 minutes of your time, that is unbelievable. That's unbelievable. So I have to come and give you as much value as possible. And I haven't even started giving you value yet because once again, I'm just a mindset and I didn't even get deep into mindset. We haven't covered marketing. We haven't covered, the things we do to scale businesses. We haven't covered frameworks. We haven't covered anything. We haven't covered finance. We haven't covered funding. We haven't covered travel hacking, real estate, rental cars, Airbnb, trucking, and all these things. There's a million ways to make money. Finding money is not that hard. But you see, once we put in the systems, once again, can't stop, won't stop. All right. Sorry if I offended anyone with the Diddy comment. It's probably not a good time to be mentioning stuff like that. My apologies. Don't mean to offend anyone. Right? But once we put the systems in place, it's unstoppable. There's so many ways to make money. It's money. All you can walk out your door. I'm pretty sure you can see money's being made. Every country is this. You're gonna see the same thing. Financial system very similar. Extremely similar. Just understand what the financial system looks like. Understand credit. If you have a credit system, more than likely you do. Get creative. You don't have to do it yourself. Network. You'll find somebody. Networking was one of the best things I learned in my journey. Networking. Getting out of my shell, putting myself in uncomfortable positions, uncomfortable places where I don't normally go, or I won't associate in, or I wouldn't just get up and go. I did that. I'm still learning to get over all my fears. Get out of your head. Right? Network. Money is all over. Don't study money. Get your mindset. Get your mindset. Get a pen and paper, write down. When you think, you write it down. Start making sense of it. Start connecting the dots. You know where you want to go. You know where you want to be. Connect the dots. If you look, you will find it. You will see it. It'll start popping up. I promise you. If you look for something, it's going to pop up. You don't even need to ask. It'll pop up. But you got to write it down. When you believe it, you write it down. Then you start knowing it. Then eventually you can understand, you can claim it. So as we continue once again on mindset, as I said, from last week to this week, amazing call. I wish I could be more hype, but it's Saturday, so I'm trying to tone down, right? I don't want to scream too loud. But once again, mindset. Get the systems. Write it down. Write it down. Last week we mentioned all the things that we went over. I'm hoping some of you crossed off something off the list. This week we have something else that we can cross off the list once again. Write it down. Know where the ship is going. Plan it out. Do it step by step. Don't skip corners. Be patient, but don't get complacent either. Right? Don't be proactive. Everyone, even including myself. This is a great community that we're going to build to continue to support each other to get to our goals. Because change has to happen. It must happen. I know it, you know it. Change has to happen. It is a must. I'm not telling you to go get a business, but whatever your change is, even if it's in your 9 to 5 or whatever your goals are, and you feel you know it in yourself that it has to change, this like it don't feel right, and you want to feel something that feels good and feels right, change has to happen. And in order for change to happen outside of here, change has to first happen in here and here. That's where change happens. Once change happen here and here, all this other stuff, change will happen. So it's very important that we take this time in the beginning once again. I can't stress this enough. Take this time. Let's take this time to build out the systems. A year from now, ourselves will thank us. I will continue to give more information and more value, of course. And right now, I'm looking at both communities in the States and in Guyana also. As I continue to learn, I will share the value that I learned. We will work together and we will get to our goals. While even doing these calls, businesses will come up. I know businesses will come up. We can network in the same group. All right? We can do this. Sometimes I know even us, we need the support and we don't get it from others. You can do this. All right? Everyone can do this. It's doable. I've done it. I'm still doing it. Every time I scale and I do something, I cross off the list, there's more. There's always more. You can do this. You got this. All you need is the mindset. All right? All you need is the mindset, guys. So we're gonna send out some slides from what we did today, because it's very, very important, as we mentioned before, that you understand the systems and apply systems into what we do on a daily basis, whether it be personal or business. So we're gonna send emails out to our attendees. And we also just follow us. We're on YouTube now, so we're also gonna be posting a lot of our content on there for free once again. Because our goal, our purpose is to give value, okay, and to help each other to get to the next level. And as we grow businesses, we also make sure that we put the client first. That's what we will want for ourselves. That's what we will do for our clients also. Extremely important. All right. It's a great call today. As I said before, I'm gonna get more. I need to work on how I'm gonna deliver all the stuff that I have in my head to you guys. But I promise you I'm gonna continue to work on that. Right now, once again, we're just in the infant stages where we're speaking about mindset, which is once again number one. But once you start getting the information on how to understand the systems, how to understand banking, how to get funding to do the things that you need to do to scale your businesses, and let every dollar be another dollar for you, because that's the job. Every dollar should be a slave to the next dollar. Okay? That's the objective. Even while we're sleeping on vacation, our money should be working for us. All right? We shouldn't be trading our time for money. Our money should be working for us. Okay? That's the goal. That's what we're getting to. A year from now, by next week, next call, we're gonna set a date. We're gonna hold each other accountable. A year from now, we have to see growth. We must see growth. And there's no worse feeling than failing ourselves, even though we have to give ourselves grace. But if we have the tools and we're in the tool shop, we have the tools, all the tools are there for free. Why not use them? Why not use them? So once again, in the future, we're gonna get very much into funding and how to get money to scale your business. We're gonna get into marketing, of course, very, very extremely important when you're doing business. Marketing is extremely important, another major factor in how to scale a business and when you want to take it to the next level. All right, we're gonna get into other wealth creation strategies. We can talk about health insurance, how you can use that to also leverage the system and have funding to do things. So life insurance, real estate, car rentals, all the stuff that you hear all over the place that people may not give you all the information. I'm gonna break it down into details. Because I know a lot of times they'll tell you, oh, I've done this, I've done that, but not show you the steps. I will show you the steps. I'll show you everything that I paid thousands and tens of thousands to learn. I will show you all the steps that I've paid money into learning and all the mistakes that I've made. All right, I'm gonna give you that for free. Because that's my job, that's my purpose. I want to see you elevate. We're gonna do this together, okay? So I don't want to keep you guys too long. Once again, we're gonna wrap up for the night. Amazing call. I think I'm gonna change it from Sunday because I want to be more loud and I don't want to be too aggressive, and because I know you guys are home relaxing. So maybe we'll do some adjusting with the days, okay? Thank you all for joining. I can't thank you enough for giving me or sharing your time with me. I appreciate it 1,000. I'm going to continue to provide value for you. Thank you all for coming. Before I leave, shout out to our CEO, Glenroy Adams, right? He's not here with us tonight, but I wanted to give him a shout out. Of course, he's always with us, even though he's not here physically. He's always here to support and to help us every step of the stage. So shout out to everybody once again, Prime Tech team, 𝐬𝐭𝐡 team. Okay, thank you guys. Amazing job that we do on a daily basis. Continue to serve. Actually, one more thing. I'm sorry. Before I go, I have to show a testimonial. Hazel, can you cue up the testimony or do I need to do that? Wait, let me see. Can I show? Actually, so I'm gonna show the website, because I want to give this person her flowers because she made a really great step in her journey of entrepreneurship. So let me just share this with you real quick. So if you have a place in Guyana or you have family here and they need services, this is one of our community members. This is her business page. It's called My Housekeepers. Okay, she does an amazing job. She's part of our community. We support members of our community. All right, and I wanted to big her up for making this step. Amazing job. We helped her create this amazing website. And I'm really proud of her to make that next step to elevate her business. Also, as you can see right here, she has reviews, and this is a real person. It was so good that she got reviews twice from the same person. That's customer service, and that's why I made sure that these were on here. This is amazing. This, to me, this is one of the main things that I'm looking at on the website. All right, and this is, as I said before, this is real. This is not made up. Okay, so big up to this business and the business owner. I don't want to mention her name because I didn't ask to even do that. So maybe next time I will. But if you need house cleaning, please give her a call. Phone number 646-8686. Okay. I'm gonna stop this now. Thank you all for coming once again. Amazing, amazing night. Looking forward to see you next week. Can't wait. I'm gonna have a lot more sauce for you guys. Actual information maybe this time on funding. Okay. Once again, I'm still learning the Guyana and the financial system. So forgive me if I don't give you any information yet, but for the US and the States, endless information for you guys. Okay. So next week we'll let you know what's coming up. Look out for the email that we're gonna send out to everyone. Please apply yourself, write down what you need to write down. Let's put the systems in place. A year from now, we'll thank ourselves. Okay. Remember, keep a smile on your face, brighten someone's day. Have a great week. Hug yourself, love yourself, give yourself grace, ask someone for help. Important, okay? Have a healthy week. Stay safe. Love you all. Take care. Bye now.